Yeah, they cut the internet. They do that all the time. I'm just gonna give it a little moment for the family to join us. Oh boy, they cut out of my time, man. Just give it a little moment. Let me put a little music. Crazy, man, crazy. Demons are all over. Demons are all over, brothers and sisters. Oh, give it a little moment. I see why the Most High did allow that to happen. Yeah, 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 man. Oh boy. Oops. All right, brothers. Yeah, these people, man. We're going to give it a little time, brothers. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Always, man. Always. Always, man. Always want to try something with us, man. We're doing this thing, man, and then Anyway, brothers and sisters, let's give it like 5 more minutes for the people to come here. In the meantime, let us rumble into something, brothers. I'm gonna let it go. So I'm gonna read some stuff right here, brothers. All right, brothers and sisters. Thank you, brothers. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Yeah, man, it's all bull, man. All right, let us begin, brothers. Let us go back a little bit. Saul, okay, he went back. He went to Samuel's funeral. Okay, he went to Samuel's funeral. He did a bunch of stuff, and then he came back. He shot himself inside, brothers. He doesn't want to talk to anyone. He got very sad. He got very mad. He got very upset, and brothers, he really Let me see. Give me a second. Let me see the email right quick because people were sending me email telling me that I was buffering. Yeah, they cut the internet. Yeah. All right. All right, custom and manners. Thank you, brother Phil. If somebody need this book, they may go ahead and then email me, and then we'll get this book. All right. So custom and manners. Yes, we're back, brothers. So now Saul, he came back. He came back angry, brother. He came back all pissed off. Saul want blood. Saul want blood. Remember, David is in the Philistine army for King Achish or Ashish. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what PDF, what page it is in the PDF, but I'm still in page 245. Well, 244 in the book. I'm not quite sure what page that is. Okay, 244 to 45. Yeah. So now, brothers, David is serving in the Philistine army under King Ashish. And then now it's been a while. David humiliated Saul at that cave. Saul could not kill him at the cave. David could not kill Saul at the cave. Now, Saul made oath. He will not. Oh, my daughter took my stuff, man. She took the stuff. Anyway, so Saul made an oath that he will not kill David in front of all his thousands of men. And then he went to Samuel's funeral, all that. He got pretty pissed off. Samuel died, and he came back. He locked himself in. He didn't want to talk to anyone. And then his daughter, Michal, David's wife, came in. So David's wife came in. He says, Father, you have, let me see. All right, wow. And David is in the Philistine army. His wife, Michal, went to her father. He went to the father and said, Father, Saul, you took my husband and then you tried to kill him. May I have permission to go see my husband because I can't stay like that. I need a husband. So I was like, what? You need a husband? And then your husband, you need this guy to be husband. So I'm going to give you a husband. And then Saul stood up, he raised his hand. He said, by the power of the king, by the power I have in me, because I'm Saul, call Falti. Go get Falti. So they go get a dude named Falti. Falti was a Danite. He from the tribe of Dan. So he took David's wife and gave it to Falti, brothers, as a wife. He said, by the power that is in me as a king, I divorce you from David and I give you unto Falti as a wife. He was so angry. And then he pulled out his javelin and started shaking it and cursing and cursing. And Falti was crying, saying, no, I can't marry this man. I'm in love with David. I'm already married David. And then he took Falti, took Michal, her daughter, David's wife, brothers. David didn't even enjoy his wife. Now you understand, brothers and sisters, why David was going left and right, marry women and less marry women. That why? Because one, David didn't have a childhood. All his childhood was messed up about his bully brothers. And second, when he become a teenager, he become anointed, and then people are constantly try to kill him. And then when he become like a little bit like in his late 20s, early 30s, they took his wife, they give it to another man. Saul took David's wife, his daughter, and give it to Falti, a Danite. But this fellow brother, he was a good man. He took David's wife with a good smile, with a good hand. Now, David don't know anything about that. He took David's wife. He said, yes, king, I will marry her. So he married David's wife. The king, he didn't even wait. In the same day, same time, he said that he married them right there within the hour, brothers. And again, it's the king. He sealed it. That is why, brothers and sisters, when people wanted to come up and then discuss and say, the order of Melchizedek said one wife, the order of Aaron said one multiple wife. Again, brothers, they went into our book. They did a hell of a lot of things. I never want to come up upon the loin of the Most High. Abraham had many wives and concubines. Isaac turned out to have Rebekah only. Jacob had a bunch of wives. Judah had a bunch of wives. And then you mean to tell me all the stuff those our ancestors were doing back then are wrong? For some reason, we're wiser than them now. Because we're under the Gentiles, and they say, oh, you're under this law. You can't do this. You're under this order, and it is written here. That's why I never go ahead and try to explain people things. Because once the Mosai says something, brothers and sisters, you cannot tell the Mosai, take it back. Who the hell are you? Who are you? Saul had many wives too. Brothers, it is not up to me to tell a guy out there to go get many wives. All I know, brothers, anytime a fellow get a wife or somebody get another wife, it's the Most High. The Most High set the other, man. I don't care about order of another man. The Most High set the other. That's why I'm telling you, I'm not worried about going to the kingdom of heaven. So I'm worried about pleasing my Father, whatever He tell me to do. Brothers, I am not telling other brothers to go out there get another wife. I am not telling another woman share your husband. I'm just telling you use common sense. Understand this. One of the major blow to the enemy is the man's seed, is our seed. Because we can plant our seed in any land that we find, any fertile soil, we can plant it and it will raise. If you get orange seed, you go anywhere, Africa, Europe, America, anywhere in the Caribbean, you plant this orange seed, it's going to grow orange. It's not going to be mango because the seed comes from orange. So Saul took David's wife, his daughter, he gave it to Falti the day night. And then he took his spears, brother, and say, I'm going to kill that sick son of a gun. And then he round up his army, brother. He just make the oath he's not going to kill David, brothers. He just made it. He rounded up, and then he's like, yo, let's go. Let's go kill David. And then he got somewhere on like he had 4,000 men. He lost 1,000. So he had 3,000 men. So they were encamping, brothers. And then David came in. Okay, David came in. He left the Zilka because the Philistine, David was fighting in the Philistine army. David started kicking ass and taking name for the enemy. He made those people powerful people, brothers and sisters. David was fighting for the Philistine, King Achish. Achish seeing his empire is growing because of David. David never lost a war for the Philistine. Fighting barbarian, fighting people, David is kicking ass. So he rewarded David a city outside of the Philistine area. He gave them a whole city with his 600 men. David gave him the king Achish, the Philistine king, give David a city where him and his men staying up. Your own people, brothers, is after you to kill you. You have to go to the enemy and serve the enemy. And the enemy is definitely afraid of David. That's why he gave David a city outside of his people. He doesn't want his general to get jealous and go ahead and attack David. So David will like eliminate all of them because David never lost a war. His captain was with him, Uriah, and the other dude, Ephanel and Hushai. Hushai was with him. So, and the word came to David that Saul is after him again. Saul wanted to kill him again. So now, brothers, this is where they got all those mission, all those CIA movies, all those Ocean 11 movies. They got it right there in this book. This book, brothers, is 160 years old. J.H. Ingram is the same guy who wrote The Pillar of Fire. Okay, The Pillar of Fire is the base, is the script for the movie The 10 Commandments by Cecil B. DeMille. So this is where those guys get those things. This is what David does. David said, Saul will not stop, he will kill me, and I can't kill him. What to do. Then Saul round up a small group of men. Him. He got that dude. What's his name again? Ziph. No, not Ziph. What's this guy's name? I will seek you saw pavilion. So Joab, his chief captain Joab came in with him. We will go down. I will go with him. Abishai go with him. And then there were like three of them: Abishai, David, and Joab. They all put black clothes, black hoodies, and black stuff. They were dressing like ninjas, brothers. And then they wait until Saul, until Saul was in the camp. They were camping. They were going after David, but it's night. They are camping. Okay, I will go down with thee, answered Abishai, under the cover of the night, though aid by a new moon. David, who by daylight carefully marked with his eye the direction and path approaching the outpost of the king camp. So in the morning, David disguised himself. Everybody disguised. Brothers, this is the whole book, the whole chapter, the whole letter is about like spying, man. They get the spying movie from our people, from our book. David dressed like something else in 3 men in the morning. They went and they looked where the camp of Saul camping. He walked in the midst of them. They didn't know who he was. He carefully marked the places with his eyes and everything. He had the photo memorized them. And then he went back. And then at night, okay, they dressed their commando. They dressed like a black. New moon is completely black. So the new moon was the festival of the new year. It says it here. Okay, I will go down with thee, answered Abishai, under cover of the night, though aided by a new moon. Okay, so it was a new moon. It was dark, and they dressed in dark. And then they went into the camp of Saul. And then those guys, they are running. You see how the Jedi are running and they can jump high? That's how David was jumping through the mountains. He was jumping hill to hill. 3 guys running, jumping past trees, jumping, running, leaping, jumping, running, leaping over, crouching, go behind people, walking slow behind them, take them down without nobody know anything. So David got to the camp. They get into a bushes. They're watching. They're waiting when everybody fall asleep. And then David go around the stuff, watching slowly. They are walking slowly. Some dude outside. They got 2 guards standing, guarding Saul's tent. And then they were sleeping. David, Joab, and Abishai. And Joab stay in the front just in case something happens so he can alert them. And then David and Abishai, they just crawl down like spiders, and they're walking like spiders. They're walking so slow. They're walking, and then they had like they had black stuff. They look like ninjas. Oh boy. They look like ninjas. And then they went in there, they went in south. So David went with Saul, with no sword, brothers. None of them had any weapon, anything. And then David went inside of Saul's tent. Saul lay down. Saul is sleeping. Samuel, David, Samuel, kill them. Kill all of them. No. And then David came in. And then and Abishai came in. So they pulled down the mask and they look at Saul sleeping. And Abishai turned to David and said, David, the Lord has this. Lord, he delivered him into your hand. Kill him, David. David said, no, I can kill him, man. I can kill him. He's anointed. David said, Abishai said, my captain, the Lord hath delivered thine enemy into thy hand. Now, therefore, let me smite him with his own spear, even the earth at once, one blow, and no more, I ask. He knew David could not kill him. Say, Captain. He grabbed Saul javelin. He said, Captain, let me kill him. One blow. I'm just going to run this to his heart and kill him. David said, no. We can kill him, man. He said, why? David is right there. Kill that freaking nigga, and then let's get the hell out of here. No, we cannot kill him, man. I said, why can't we kill him? He said, destroy not the anointed of God. But he didn't say it loud. He said, destroy not the anointed of God, said David. Who can stretch forth his hand against the Lord anointed and be guiltless? Leave him to the justice of God. Okay? His day will come. Let him fall in battle, but not by my hand. He then turneth and looked for a while at sleeping king face, who started feverish. So Saul is trembling. he could not sleep because he's being tormenting in his sleep. And then his mouth start getting dry. Killed him. And then David crouched, and then he crawled on like a spider, and then grabbed a cruse, like a pot of water that Saul had. Once in a while, he wake up, and then he got fever. He had to drink, so he cooked the cruse of water, and then they stole Saul javelin. And then Abner was in the same room, so Abner was sleeping, and then he turned around, and then those guys freeze. Abner turned on, scratching his beard. Oh my God, damn it! And then the guy was said, David with the pot of water in his hand, the other dude with the sword javelin, and they froze right in front of Abner. Abner could not see them. Abner was asleep. And then Abner flipped the other side. Oh, the guy was like, oh, all right, let's get out of here. So they walk slowly, and then they go past around. They crawl around, skulk around, and then when they go around a distance and they start jumping, boom, they start running and jump, all three of them, and they came to Joab, they go. And then they run, David jump on top. David had this thing he does all the time, brothers. David like to get a giant bottle of water and then jump all the way on top of the castle and then start drinking, playing, and dancing on top of the castle. And then that's why the last time he jumped on top of the castle, it was like drinking and dancing. And then when he looked on the court, he saw Bathsheba in the pool. Bathsheba was taking a bath, a shower in the pool. And then David was like, is that Bathsheba? And then he just jumped down and go get it. So David running and him, Joab and Abishai, and then they go jump. They went on top of a hill. And then David stepped. It says, Abner! And then, Abner, wake up in the sleep. Wait. Brothers, Abner is so, Abner is sleeping with a sword in his hand, brothers. The sword is tight in Abner's hand. When the guy get in there, and then they look around, Saul like, kill the graybeard, kill all of them. And Abner sleeping with his sword in his hand, with one hand, his hand on the underside, and the sword is tight in Abner's hand. And then the dude look at David, the policeman, say, the hell is wrong with this thing? Go to say, man, that's Abner, and leave him alone. And then David go on top. David scream, Abner, come out. And Abner wake up. Hey. There's nobody there. And Abner went outside and said, who the hell is this? Who's calling me? They could not see David because it was dark moon. It's all dark, and they start lighting stuff. All the soldiers wake up, and then Saul wake up. Hey, where's my javelin? Wait, where's the javelin? Where's the water? Saul didn't see the water, he didn't see the javelin, so they all get outside, and then they stand. David say, Abner, do you hear me? And Abner came out and said, who the hell are you, man? What do you want? Say, Abner, is it that what that is? So, what kind of captain are you? We come into your camp while you scumbag were asleep. We could have slaughtered all of you. Abner said, you lie. You didn't do none of that. He said, oh yeah? Where is I took the king Saul javelin. Brothers, that's like he might as well kill Saul. That's like the worst thing a guy can do, brothers, is take your weapon, your javelin or your sword. He took Saul's javelin. That was the biggest shame, brothers. He said, I was there. I walked into your tent and I saw Saul sleeping. I saw you sleeping with your sword. I was going to steal your sword, but it was tightly in your hand. I didn't want to steal it, but I stole Saul's javelin. I have it here with me, and I have the bottle of the gallon of water with me. I cannot kill you, Saul. Stop chasing me. Leave me alone. I never did anything to you. Why are you trying to kill me? I have many opportunities to kill you. And then Saul was looking for the javelin. He was looking for the water. He could not find it. So Abner was like, what do you want me to do, my lord? Saul looked at Abner. David, my son, is that you? David said, yeah, it's me. Can you come somewhere I can see you? Like, somewhere in a shooting range, somewhere I can get a clear shot at you? No, I can come here. Oh my God. You're surely going to be the same bull, brother. The same bull. And that's a shame, man. That's like the biggest shame. This guy went into your house, brothers, without you seeing anything. He stole your javelin and your water. He could have poisoned the water, but he didn't. That was the biggest shame. Everybody looking at Saul, they're like, okay, this guy could kill you. That's the second time he did this to you. And they start to deserting Saul. They're like, yo, Saul, what the hell? He could have killed you, man. Give me a second. Start crying. I'm sorry, David. Could you forgive me? And you come out there and give Daddy a hug. I miss you, David. Can I have my javelin back, please? And also, the water. But, before we bring the water, take a gulp out of it so we know you didn't poison it. Yeah, David, I'm so lonely. Get your hop and come closer, very close. Give me a moment, let me grab a spear and then you can come closer. And then David say, yes, I will give you back your javelin, but send a boy to go get it. And then they sent a little boy, like, he was in the army. And then the little boy came in, they told the boy, move left, take 10 steps to the left, 1 to the right, turn around, walk backward. And then they confused the boy, and then they went to him, and then the boy walked with his head down, and then he took the water, the pot of water, the cruse, and he took the javelin. And then he brought the javelin to Saul, and Saul ripped it out of his hand. Like, did you see him? Yeah, where is it? Where is it? I don't know. I didn't see him. Damn it. Son of a gun. And then he looked at Abner, and Abner said, yo, man, David could have killed you, but he didn't, brothers. He didn't. He returned it to Saul, which was more for shame because that's the truth. Some of the men, brothers, they're like, no, there's no way. Some of the men were awake. Did you know some of the men were awake around the fire? They are joking. David stood right there next to them. He just watched them, and then he passed by. He left them. Some of the men were awake. He just passing, skulking around, and then jumped. He just jumped on top of the tent and then lean, and when he fell, you don't hear anything. And then he gave it, and then Saul like ripped the stuff in his hand. He grabbed the crush of water. He was thirsty. All right. I know what I'm gonna do. I know I'm gonna kill that son of a gun. I'm gonna kill him. Abner telling him like, yo, why do you cannot kill David, man? He's gonna become king. I have to kill him so he would not become king. I know God anointed him, but Samuel, he said, you know what? So, give me a second. Okay. And then Samuel said, Saul said, I'm going to kill him. Saul round up his men again. Okay. Whatever David did the other day, that's nothing. He's just a show off. That's how allowing him. I saw him. I saw when he get into the room. I just didn't do anything. I wanted to go and get more intel. I let him take my javelin. The guys, yeah, whatever you're saying, man. So what the hell? What do you want to say? Okay. Let's go get them. We are going to attack the Philistine. But, brothers and sisters, in order for them to go attack the Philistine, they need to go see the priest. They need to ask for a blessing. There's no priest. So kill all of them. The only priest that is left is Ahibitai, but he's with David. Brothers, you got David, Joab, Ahibitai, the high priest, everybody in Jerusalem hanging out with the Philistine. Ashish told his people, look, as long as we got those Hebrew sons of slaves with us, sons of the Most High, we're good. Don't do anything. And if one of you scumbag went over there and tried to do something to them, I will kill you. Leave them alone. And he gave them a city. While they were in the city, brothers, you know what happened? You will understand why that happened. There's a group of Amalekites, 6,000 of them. They wait, brothers. They always in the background. They're Amalekites. They're a group of Edomites. They wait in the background. They wait. They skulk around, wait. Every time there's a war, brother, what they do, they wouldn't spoil the dead. They took everything the dead have. The swords, some of the helmets are made out of gold. Some of them have money on them. They took everything. So now what happened is David could not go back in the city of Ashes because they were playing in Ash's head. They said, Ashes, man, this dude's gonna take care of you, man. He's going to kill you and stuff like that and stuff. So Ashes said, well, if David want to kill me, there's no way I can stand in front of this guy. Now, brothers, David men left. They went and do something somewhere. Now the Amalekites went in the city of Ziklag, the city where they give David and his men to stay. They spoil the city. They kill all the men. They take all the women. They took David. They took all the. They took all the men. They took all the children, and then they took all the spoil, the beasts, the money, and everything, and then they left. Now David went to try to confront Saul, and then when he got there, he found out that Saul took his wife and gave it to Falti. David had no wife. And David cried. David said, what the hell this dude need with me, man? I haven't done him nothing. Now he took my wife, he gave it to another man. And then while David was over there, they come back to David. Okay, they told David, the Amalekites went and spoiled Zilkah, the city. And they took everybody. Everybody's in captive. They just took them. And then David went and see Ahibata, which was Ahimelech's son. He was the only high priest to survive. So he did a little a little magic and stuff like that, and then he talked to the Most High, and then he said, should we go on to war with them? And then that's where the story caught. Now, Saul, brothers, let me see. Saul. No, David went, and then he was over there. He asked the priest, what we can do. Ziklag, the city is Ziklag, the name of the city. Thank you, Shirley, Ziklag. So now while they're in the city Ziklag, when David come back in the city of Ziklag, there's nothing to eat. He come back with all of his men. All the food was spoiled. Not spoiled, but they steal everything. There ain't no food. So David and the crew got hungry. Everybody's complaining they didn't have no food and stuff like that. They ain't got no food. So now David said he was in the vicinity of Nabal. Nabal is the Abigail's wife, Abigail's husband. So David was in the vicinity of Nabal. And then Uriah came and said, David, remember Nabal? We guarded the sheep against those Amalekites, all is spoiled. What if we go over there with asking for some food? What if we go over there because we're hungry? We'll give him something. He will give us some food, and then we can go ahead and see if we can go catch the guys, the Amalekites that stole all our stuff and retrieve everything. So David went he took some of his men. He took like a couple messengers. Said, go to Nabal. Tell Nabal, David sent you. We come in peace. We don't need anything to do. We just come in peace, and then we just want some food, whatever he can spare, whatever the Lord tell him to give unto us, we'll be glad to take it, because the Amalekite that we were protecting him from, they robbed us. So if we could send some food for me and my man, that would be great, man. And then the guy said, okay, they left. So they went to Nabal's house. Nabal was having a party and stuff like that. And they say, Nabal, peace be with you, wealth and all that, peace be with you. David sent us. He said, you remember us? We guard your sheep against the Amalekite. Nabal said, get the hell out of here, man. Except he didn't say hell. Say, get the out of my way, you and your David, man. I don't know you Negroes, man. I don't know y'all Negroes, dog. Get out of here before I kill all of you and your David. I don't give a crap for who you are. And Nabal, brothers, was treating Abigail like a slave. He beat Abigail all the time. He whipped Abigail all the time. He treated her like a slave instead of like a wife. He was mistreating Abigail. So Abigail wasn't there when the guys came in, okay? So, and the guys, they went back to David. They say, David, man, we went over there peacefully. We talked to the guy, so, we talked to him, and this is what he said. He said, excuse me, David. He said, get the out of here. He doesn't want to see us. He owes us nothing. He didn't tell us to protect his stuff, and then he spit on our face and he threatened to murder us. He said, if you ever come back here again, we'll kill us. He will kill you. David was like, what? After all we did to him? And then David took his sword. He said, all men upon the sword, we're gonna go over there. We're going to ravage him. And then Abigail came back from the market. She came back. They told Abigail, one of the servants said, Abigail, David man came here. Your husband didn't receive them well. He threatened to kill them. He said bad things about David. Now there is word that David is coming here with over 400 men. And then Abigail said, he said, quick, take those cows, those sheep, kill them, dress them, cook. And Abigail started cooking and stuff like that. She started making food and all that. She went ahead and go meet David. She make a bunch of food and cakes and stuff and cookies and stuff and all those good things. And then she put them on the horses and then camels, and she go meet David ahead. And then David and all his men, they're all hungry. They're in their way and they're going to ravage Nabal and stole everything. So they're going to come, and then they see a little woman coming, and then Abigail came in. When he saw David, she raised her hand, she bowed in the ground, she approached, she kneeled, she bowed to the ground. She said, my Lord, please listen to me. I am Abigail's, Nabal's wife. Forgive me, oh great David. Nabal don't know who you are. And then when David looked at it, he's like, is that you, Abigail? He said, yes, it's me. He said, you remember me from the war? I give you water. And David said, yeah, I remember you. David get off the horses and walk to her. And then she said, please, accept those food. We're so sorry. If I was there, I would have give you the food and stuff like that. So, and Abigail give David food. She feed the whole army of David, man. The guys eat and they were merry. And then when the guys eat, they call upon the Lord, and the Lord tell them, okay, the Amalekite that spoiled the city of Ziklag, if you go after them, you will catch them. So David take Abigail, and then he took his men, and then the high priest give them blessings. So they go after the Amalekite in the desert. They go after them. So Abigail stayed up. She take the Lord for everything that is done, and then she went back to her husband. And then she went to her husband. She told her husband, Nabal, do you realize what happened here? Nabal came in. Nabal said, honey, baby, I heard like David is coming to me with 400 men. He said, yes. I went ahead. I gave them the food that you refused to give to him. And they eat. And they're not gonna come here and kill you. They said he was gonna come over there and kill you. So Nabal was, and then he fell, and he got paralyzed. He got stiff, and Nabal died. So Nabal, Abigail, husband, Abigail become widow. So David pursuing the Amalekite. Now, in the meantime, Saul is gathering his army and stuff like that. He getting strength up. Like, yeah. We're gonna kicking ass and taking name. We're going to fight the Philistine. So David reached the Amalekites. David reached one dude. He reached an Egyptian guy. He find him in the desert. Yeah, he died. This dude, he died of a heart attack. He was so shocked. He was like, 400 men come here to kill me? He died stiff. And then Abigail just went away. So David found one of the guy that spoiled him. He was an Egyptian fellow. He was sick. The caravan left him behind. So David took to this dude, and then he said, what's going on?" This guy was saying, he said, "Man, the Amalekite, man, they left me here, and they left me here to die because I'm sick." David order, they come to him, they feed him, they give him some medicine, he come back to life. And David asked him, where did the caravan go? He said the caravan go that way. Because what happened is, brothers, when the caravan was walking with all those people, there was a big wind that came in and erased the track in the desert. And then the dude said, yeah, he went that way. So they went after the caravan, brothers. David caught up with them like the Most High say he would. He killed all of them, and then he brought all of them back. So when he brought all of them back, he brought them to close by the city of Nabah. And then Abigail came in and tell David what happened to her husband. And then David took Abigail for wife because they took David other wife. Okay, David took Abigail for a second wife because his first wife, Milcah, Saul's daughter, took Milcah's daughter. He gave it to another man just to spite David. He did that so David could get mad, so David would fight him. Now, there's a fight, brothers. There's the ultimate fight. Ultimate fight between the Philistine and Saul army. That's the fight that's going to end it all. But, brothers, sisters, anytime any of those armies, brothers, they are going into a fight like that, they have to consult the oracle. There you go. At the court of Achish, at the court of Achish, David remained nearly a year and a half, serving him as a captain in his wars, and increased his own fame as a warrior. So David is fighting for the Philistine for more than a year. Achish just stay at home and send David places, go fight him, bring him the sword. Achish said, man, wow, in just 1 year, they accomplished way more than they is all his ancestors combined. Achish is like getting all the money, is becoming, his army's growing. Achish said, like, hey, bitch, yes, let those Hebrews dwell with us, but, keep them in that country where they are so they won't mix with us. But hey, man, this is good. The king of Gath gave him and his followers a city on the south that dwelt called Ziklag. We told you that already. Saul, in the meanwhile, no longer able to pursue David, disbanded his army and remained in his palace. Healed in spirit and body, and Prince Jonathan, his son, never left him, but with noble filial devotion, anticipated all his wants and gave him his tenderness, sympathy, and all the darkness and bitterness until he dwell in his soul. So Saul, the Philistine, David is growing the Philistine army. The Philistines are getting money. Achish is partying every night. He like, man, this is the best thing ever. I don't have to do anything. All I have to do is just tell that David guy and those freaking Hebrews where my enemies at, they can kill them and bring me everything. Achish was partying. He didn't care. His army is growing. And then he already have plan. He said when he got enough people, he'll kill David and then take over the whole land. That's what Achish was. That was Achish's plan. So Achish like, yo, dancing, yeah, what's up? Yeah, Achish was dancing, my kingdom is big, bitches, man, yeah. So Saul, he could not push to David, he disbanding his army. He went home all messed up, he didn't want to talk to people, he didn't want to do anything except for Jonathan. Since the death of Samuel and the flight of David, the Hebrew king has ceased to take an interest of anything. So really, ever since Samuel died, David is hanging out with the Philistine. He really don't have anything to push it anymore. Just stay at home, go beer drinking, and then just staying here all depressed. He had nothing to do. In the meantime, the Philistines having the best time of their life. Brothers, understand this. When the Most High sent us to serve another nation, those nations flourish, brothers. They thrive. That's why Egypt did thrive. That's why America did thrive. That's why the entire world thrived, except for us. Because the moment they get their hands on us, they got the blessing. They enjoy it, brothers. They enjoy the blessing. Akish break dancing all over, like, yo, we are about to save, we're about to control the world and all that. Because, yeah, we got this dude on our side. Once we go our number, and then we kill him. That was in secret. Saul didn't want to do anything, man. David is not here, so he could kill David. And he sold his daughter to that guy. Samuel is dead. The Philistines are going. Saul is getting depressed. He's growing a beard. He already had a beard. He never want to leave the throne. He just sit on the throne day and night, drinking, and then don't want to do anything. Few of his people saw him and gave him audience. No one save through his son, who strove with beautiful charity to conceal his father's failing. So Saul wasn't even on the throne. He left everything to David, to Jonathan. Jonathan was the one who keep the crumbling kingdom together. Jonathan was the one who said, okay, he come up, he meet with people, say, my father is asleep right now. He's a little bit sick and stuff. Jonathan was the one who get things together. Saul didn't give up anymore. Saul didn't care. Saul did not care anymore. He's like, whatever, man, and stuff. Samuel is dead. There's nothing in here. Look what they say, brothers. You will understand this. This is what it says, and you understand. There was no high priest, no prophet in the land for the miserable monarch to resort to. Abiathar, the lawful pontiff, was with David and Philistia, brothers. There is no prophets, there is no priest, no high priest. They were in the land in Philistia. So the Abiathar, the last high priest that was left, was taking stuff from the Most High and blessed the Philistine in battle, brothers. He wasn't with Saul, he was with the king Achish. Achish like, yo, y'all niggas do whatever you want to do. You don't have to tell me anything. When you're done finishing talking to your God, then I'll tell he's the address of our enemy. Go over there, spoil them, kill everybody, bring the children and the women in the spoil. Abiathar performed stuff, and then he called the Most High, said, the Most High, David want to go to this war for the Philistines. Should we go? Yes, he will go. He will have victory. David will go, beat them, and have victory. I'm telling you, Achish was like all over. Achish like, I hate those Hebrew, but I love them even more for my hatred, because they're bringing me wealth and money and all that. Saul, in the meantime, Saul is going down. In the land of Saul, brothers, there is no high priest, no prophet in the land for the miserable monarch to resort to. Abiathar, the lawful pontiff, was with David and Philistia. Without God, listen, this is very important, brothers. This is very, very, very important. That's the most important things, in this chapter. Without God, without prophet, without priest, it might be said, without a king, because Saul didn't care, the land of Israel was in desolate estate. That's what it means when they say our land will be desolate. That means there will be no high priest, there will be no king, there will be no priest, there will be nothing. We are desolate. That doesn't mean the land is not, it's a desolate land. Nobody live there. Oh, hey, it's a desert and stuff. No, it's desolate because there is no priest. All our men, either they're in jail or they're at work right now. Only a few men stand up. We don't have any high priest. We don't have any king. We don't have anything. We are desolate. It says here, without God, without prophet, without priest, and it might say without king, the land of Israel was in a desolate estate. That's what it means when they say they're going to be on a land that is not theirs. When you are desolate, brothers, when everything is taken away from you, on somebody coming with their king, they're coming with their priest, they're coming with their prophet, they own the land now. It's become their land. Because the land now has a God. They got Jesus Christ. They got a king. They got their presidents. They got the priests. They got the priesthood of Mahan, all the Protestant Catholics and Christians and all that. And then they got everything, so they own the land. The land is not desolate to them, but to you, it is. Everybody got that? Everybody got what I'm saying? Yeah, just like now, our land is desolate. We don't have high priests. We don't have where are the Levite priests? Where are the high priests? Where are our king? Where's our God? Well, the God is here, but where are our people? The land is desolate. That's what it means when they say a land is desolate. It doesn't mean, brothers and sisters, the land, it's like they're gonna send those people to a land desolate. When the Most High say, I'm gonna take them and gonna send them to a desolate land. No, he's mean like he's going to switch the power, he's going to give back our land, and he's going to give 10 o'clock. All right, where's my phone? All right, let us sanctify the fast. Let me see where we start, brothers. Okay. All right. Give me a second. Trying to sanctify that fast, man. Ah, boy. There we go. By the power the Most High vested in us, we are calling upon Ebedel to sanctify and certify this fast. Father, may you look upon this fast and has respect unto it. May you deliver the nation with that great deliverance. Today is day 26 down. The sun is down all around. Thank you for having respect unto this. We will fulfill our vow and we will wait until your great deliverance. May the King reign forever. There we go. All right. Getting better. Getting better. All right, brothers. There you go. All right. All praises to the Most. We got one brother call. This is our break time. Shalom, brother. Oops.
Shalom, I just wanted to,
Shalom.
I have a prayer request. I wanted to call before you got back to read because this is very important to me and it might be important to some of the members in the nation.
We hear you far, brother. I'm not quite sure we hear you very far.
Tomorrow morning, the General Grandmaster J of the MFAC, he's going to court tomorrow, and I don't know which court, federal or state, over in Louisville, Kentucky, but he has a hearing tomorrow, and I would just like those who support the liberation of all Black people, no matter what, to send up a prayer for the brother because, basically they framing the brother.
Okay. All right then.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome, brother. Thank you so much. All right, brothers and sisters. Shalom. All right. I think we have this. Okay, so now, brothers, let's take a little break. Oh boy. Let us read some of the email that we have, brothers and sisters. Okay. We have some praise report. Let me read them right quick for the nation. Last night, brothers, we had the beloved sister. His son tried to commit suicide. He drank a bunch of fentanyl, and he had a gun to commit suicide, and his blood sugar, something like that, go really low. And while we were on the live, we prayed for it. So she sent back updates. She said, "Thank you for the prayers. He is moving in the right direction. There is concern about the possible blood clot in his left arm and his blood pressure. The doctor said that he is blessed to be alive because he has had four other people in this situation this week who didn't make it. Okay, so that's a miracle there. Four other people that was in the same situation, they didn't make it. He will remain in ICU tonight. Once he's medically clear, he will get a psychiatric evaluation. All praises to the Creator, and thanks to YAHAWAH and the nation for praying. All praises to the Most High, brothers and sisters. All praises, yes. Okay, that is why we have to pray for our people. Okay, all right. So now, oh boy, let me see. Let me get rid of this thing. All right. Okay, where is that? All right. So the other one, that had the other one from the beloved sister Arlene. I can find it here. But let me get from the sister Maria Baptiste. Shalom, Big Levi. Oh, give me a second. Okay, all right. I believe the beloved sister Arlene, she finds some money. She went to do some laundry. She put $10 in the machine, so the machine would give her 2.5. The machine ended up giving her like $4 or $5 to give her more money than the machine was supposed to. So we have another sister, Maria Batif. Shalom, Big Levi. Brother, so much is coming at me in visions and dreams that I can't keep up. I am in awe and elated. The Most High showed me that those that have the spiritual gift of healing and laying hands need to get ready. Those that know healing through herbs, oils, and ointments, you are in the game too. The hospital are getting ready to get lots of sickness, including the workers. They didn't want to acknowledge the Most High, and so he's releasing sickness in the land. The vaccine does not work. Many will get sick because of vaccine, but the new strains feeds off the vaccination. This will explain the increase of sickness among healthcare workers. They are going to wonder why the nation isn't sick. This will be the beginning of acknowledging the Most High for some of our people that haven't woke up. A greatness of panic and hysteria will soon overrun the world even more. I saw an army of horses wielding swords. The horses were galloping, but the hooves never touched the ground. It was like they were flying. The army swords were like something like Star Wars meets medieval time. The war technology of the sword was quite unexplainable. The armor was a gold breastplate, extremely beautiful. Don't get me started on the cape. Very elegant, and it looked invisible, but it wasn't. I have never in my life seen anything like this. I don't ever know how to put this in pen. I could only call to describe to you on Call Me Brother. She gave the phone number. Oh, Brother Big Levi. I keep trying to rewind, and see it all again. All praises to our Father. I'm so grateful he didn't have to choose us, but he did. I pray that we keep pleasing our Father, the Great One, and I'm so glad that the fast brothers. Thank you for being used by Him. Thank you for your channel every day. Thank you the Most High for the channel that He placed on your heart. Family, I love you all. Hold the line. Even greater things on the ways. Brother Big Levi, keep on keeping on. Peace and blessing. Shalom. Maria. Brothers, this is the 5th time. We got all people sending mail. They're seeing vision. It's not like dream things. Brothers, they're seeing things. Oh, it's coming, man. It's coming. It's coming, brothers. Brothers. All right. All right. All right, brothers and sisters. We got our 10 minutes break, brothers. We got our 10-minute break. Should we keep moving, brothers and sisters? Anybody tired? Should we keep moving, or should we keep trucking, or stop? Whatever. Let the nation know. Let the nation talk, brothers and sisters. Let me know in the comment board. All right. All right. Let us keep moving. Now, with that being said, give me a second. Let me grab a pillow to put. Oh, my body's hurting. All right, brothers. All right. All right. All right. Woo! Now, the Philistine army is getting strength. The Philistine army is getting stronger. The army is growing. Now, Achish, stand up. Achish, like, there you go. Now that I have everything that I need, I will attack them. I will attack Saul. He hated Saul. I believe he told David, you don't have to be a part of this. This is between me and Saul. I will go get Saul. I think the David army stand down. No, David army went to Ziklag. While they were in Ziklag, Achish get all his army, because the people he keeps sending fighting, brothers, are the Hebrews. The army stay home. Army stay home. So they get everybody together. They sent letter to Saul. They say, Saul, we are coming for you. Brothers, Saul got desperate. Saul got desperate, brothers. He willing to do anything. Saul like, what's going on? They are coming? Say, yeah. It's okay. All right. Okay, I did win that war. And David, that he killed that big ass guy, but I killed the rest. So the land, there is no high priest, brothers. The only high priest that is left is Abiathar. Did you know that any Levite priest can contact the Most High? He has to be a high priest from the bloodline of Aaron. It has to be here, according to this book. Back in that time, I know, brothers, some people will bring, oh, okay, right now we are under the Melchizedek order, anything can happen. I'm talking about this. Only the high priest, the descendant of Aaron, that are supposed to do this. That is why the Mosai allowed them to have multiple wives, because only one high priest is left, brothers, Abiathar. Only one of them is left, and he's not with Saul. He's with David and with the Philistine. If Abiathar had one wife, this wife can only make daughters. He cannot marry another wife. All the high priests would have been dead by now. He had multiple wives to make multiple children, to keep the bloodline going. That's what it was. If you have any objection to that, pray unto the Most High, brothers. Now, Saul is like, damn, what we gonna do? Where is Abiathar? And then Jonathan came in, or Jonathan said, he's with David. So, we don't have a high priest. We don't have a priest. And we want to talk to the Most High. The Most High will not listen to anyone but a high priest. And the Most High doesn't change, brothers. Understand this. He never did. Understand the Most High never changed. Once the Most High says something, it says it's forever. He will only communicate with high priests. This is the Most High order. People change this order all the time. But that's what the Most High says here. Saul know that. He could not communicate. He could not do anything. He need somebody that has some type of blood in it, brothers. So Saul was working around in the palace. We know what Saul does. He just crosses his hand and then he starts striding left and right. Striding, walking. What I'm gonna do? That guy Samuel has come back, coward. He find the easiest way out. He died. He left me here all by myself and stuff. Well, whatever. I'm Saul. I can do this. I can beat them. Those guys are nothing. I'm here. I'm good. I'm Saul. He's working. Now, Ishbosheth, his son, he's pushing for Saul to kill David. Because this Ishbosheth was the youngest of the son of the son of the king, and a young man who loved rich apparel and indulged more in pleasure than in arms, an elegant and vain youth. So Ishbosheth was that scumbag that go out there, and then he pretty boy party, driving the nicest horse, and then get the nicest clothes, and then hate on people. And then anybody that get a little fame, and anybody that get a little attention, he want that person gone too. He was just like his father, Ishbosheth. That's Saul's son, Jonathan's brother. Yeah. This intelligence was gratifying to the prince, who felt he should go and battle with the brave heart. So now, they got word, brothers and sisters, that David is not in the Philistine army. He's in Ziklag, and the Philistine is moving towards Saul without David, without the army of the Hebrews. So Jonathan's feel a little bit better. Now he's not going to fight with David. Now the Philistine army is moving towards Saul. And Saul gathered his men. Okay, Doeg, said Saul. So Saul need an oracle, brothers. For those of you, you know where this is going. For those of you that read the book of Saul, the book of Samuel, the 1st and 2nd Samuel. Saul leaning on the shoulders of Doeg. Doeg, come here, man. You don't know anybody, anybody that can, do a little oracle and stuff. I mean, like a high priest and stuff. Do you know anybody that have a familiar spirit? I mean, come on, man. You slaughter all the high priests. But my lord, you told me to do it. So yeah. I know. But keep your voice down, man. So somebody that can help us see the future, So well, I know these women. Or you know women? All right. Wait, where's that woman over there? Well, she live on the other side of the mountain and stuff. And wait, hey, Jonathan's coming. Hang on. Jonathan's coming. So Saul was like, he said, Samuel is dead, so we need somebody, man. Well, I know this woman. She stay behind this mountain, and is it far from here? I don't know. It's like 10 miles. Hey, keep your voice down, man. We don't want anybody to know. So let's go to this woman. she has familiar spirit, right? Yeah, she has. Okay, all right. Well, let's gather the army, and then we're gonna see her, and then we're going to see what she said, and then we're going to go to war. But like, yo, my dog, let's keep this between you and me, right? Hi, man. I'm Doeg, man. I'm Doeg, my Negro. You with me, man. Let's do this. But we can't go with the whole army to this woman, because remember what you did. You have all those people that have familiar spirit. You kill them or you expel them. So yeah, so you cannot go as a king. So Saul brothers cannot go as a king to go see these women. Now Saul dressed like a regular soldier. He took off all his priestly, his stuff, his kingly garment. He put like a regular soldier. But Saul was massive. Saul was big. Saul was tall. He barely find clothes that you fit him. If Saul pop up somewhere, you see, wait a minute, this dude is some big ass dude that found another little dude and beat the crap out of him and stole his uniform. You don't belong in the army. Saul, he took a regular. Brothers, listen. When they say somebody have another familiar spirit, those people have no power, man. Like I told you all the time, those so-called elite, they have no power. She was one of those women have a particular familiar spirit. Now, three of them, brothers, Saul, Doeg, and the armor bearer of Abner. Abner, armor bearer. So three of them. Remember, brothers, remember when David, they were going to that ninja mission? Saul was about to go on the ninja mission too. Oh, Saul dressed, and Saul disguised himself, because Saul cannot go see this woman that has familiar spirit, because she lived very far and it's dark. Saul brought his army. He waited until it's dark, and then at night, him running around and then tripping on things, he couldn't see anything. Doeg came in and Abner hammer bearer came in. So three of them, they're about to do the same thing too. So they're like, yeah, we're gonna be super careful. We're going to be so slick, silent. This is going to be the best operation. It's going to be tremendous. We're going to be very, very careful. They're like, okay, all right, let's do this. So they are working. Brothers, those guys were so stupid. They start working. They're working around. They're working in circle. They spent hours working, and then they're like, wait a minute, we passed this tree before. What the hell is going on here? Doeg said, man, I don't know, man. It's very dark. I know it's behind this mountain, but we cannot pass this mountain unless we go up top of this mountain. So now they got Saul the king, brothers, going in the mountain, climbing the mountain, brothers. Saul get tired. Saul spent there all night, towering and walking 10 miles, brothers. They keep getting lost. They keep getting into a bunch of shenanigans. And then they get into the whole plane. They get tired. And the Doeg saw that the little house that have a little light. Doeg was like, that is it. We made it fall. Like, man, my back is killing me, man. God dang it. We can't see anything. All right, let's go. So they are working. They're working. And then they get to the little house. It was a very small house, brothers. Let's read this. And then Saul coming. Let me read this so people could understand what's going on here. All right. It must have been, therefore, with the most abject sense of debasement, how he stood in the door of this mean habitation, whither he had come degrading this guy to consult the sorceress of Endor. So she was known as the sorceress of Endor. Please type that in the comment. Saul went to see, because in the Bible they didn't tell you anything like that. They said she just went to see women. Now, brothers, they're going to give you detail who that woman was, how did she look, who are her people, and what happened, brothers. Get ready. The sorceress of Endor, who had hid herself in this obscure place of his kingdom from his sanguinary addicted against her profession, because she hid in this particular area because Saul made a decree. He saw himself. He made a decree. Thank you, Hivona Frazier. Saul made a decree, brothers and sisters. He said, any one of you scumbag that have familiar spirits, any one of you that are a wizard that consult with other stuff that do not consult with the Most High, kill all of them or expel them. So Saul himself went around and killed a bunch of those people and it expelled them. So the sorceress of Endor, she went and hid in a little place. She doesn't bother anybody, okay? Now Saul degraded himself, brothers. He took off his priestly, his kingly garment, put the regular clothes. He walked, he got lost, and then he went to this women. And then Saul feel some type of shame. And then he went to the door. Open, women. Women, open. And then the little lady came into the door. He looked. Woman, open. Dost thou not hear me? I bring in my hand for thee a purse of gold called Doeg. Yeah, brothers, the whole Endor thing, the farthest moon of Endor in Star Wars, that's where they got their stories. Thank you, brother Fear. Endor, the farthest moon, all those Star Wars story, brothers. When you start reading our books, you're like, wait, this is swagger jacking, man. They're swagger jacking us. And then Doeg was like, so we brought you a purse of gold. Let us in. So the women like, I fear me also sword and dying order. So Doeg said, I got a purse loaded with gold if you let us in. So the little lady said, yeah, but I see there's a sword in your other hand. And because of what I do, I don't want you guys come over there and kill me because of the decree of the king Saul made and stuff like that. Nay, we be 3 soldiers of the camp of Saul, who come hither to learn of thee how the battle we are soon to fight will go. So Saul said, no, we are 3 soldiers of the great Saul, King Saul, and we come here, so we want to know how the battle is going to be. So are the Philistines going to win? Are we going to win? Should we all fight and stuff like that? And then the little lady look at them and it says, enter. The moment Saul entered the house, she looked at Saul, she's like, whoop, this guy is not. He already recognized Saul as the main captain. Doeg was like acting is like the main in charge. She doesn't know if it's Saul though. Okay? She saw him, she like the way Saul was so tall, Doeg's head was like right there to Saul. Saul had to bend over and get inside of the place, and the Saul stand with that little bitty, his belly is out with this freaking tight soldier uniform on him. And then the lady like, okay, this is so obvious. What the hell? This guy is not fooling anyone. So they get in there. The door being carefully opened, after she has looked from within, fixated at the 3 men, Doeg went in, followed by the king, while the other stood at watch without. So Doeg and Saul went inside. So the other dude, Abner, armor bearer, he stand outside watching. Okay. The rude apartment revealed by the rays of the lantern was scarcely a feet above for anyone. So it was a very small place. In one corner reposed a white calf, and on a shelf above it sat a raven gray with age. The woman lighted up an old Tyrian soldier lamp, which she had doubtless found on some battlefield. Saul gazed with deep earnestness upon the tall, aged dame. You see, they made very specific. They say she was a tall lady. She was aged. She wasn't an old sorceress. Coming in. I'm in a cauldron. I got some cat in here. That's a broom. I can fly on it. No, she was a tall, aged dame. That means she was a mature woman. because she was a mature woman, and they're gonna give you the age of this woman. She was a tall, aged dame, whose silver hair, bound by a fillet smoothly above her lofty forehead, with a grave and modest costume, gave her an air of dignity he was not prepared for. So Saul wasn't preparing for that. Saul was waiting for some like sorcerer. So he saw well built, tall, middle-aged women. She got some gray hair, and then Saul like, okay, that's better. If any chance, I'll make her my wife. Okay, my daughter took my whistle, so I can do that sound effect anymore. But anyway, so and Modest prepare for her dark face, once superbly beautiful. She was beautiful. She was a beautiful black woman. Her dark face, superbly beautiful, was still distinguished by large, splendid eyes, a noble and regular profile, and a firm mouth. Okay, and a firm mouth with finely shaped lips. So she was a beautiful, middle-aged black woman, and she stand there. Okay. Again, brothers, you understand why those things is happening. You will understand at the end of the story. Like, you see, this is why those people are doing this. This is why those people are doing this. Shaped lips. Her face had the refined oval contour, which is characteristics of the Phoenician women. So now we know she's a Phoenician woman, a dark-skinned woman, middle-aged. She's a Phoenician woman. For she was a native of Tyre. Somebody type Phoenicia Tyre, Tyre. Oh, Tyre and Zidon. She was one of those people. She was a Gentiles or heathens, but she was a peaceful one. Okay. The reason why most I don't want you to consult those people, so you won't worship their gods, their idols. That's all. Tyre. All right. Thank you. She was a native of Tyre. Now we know more about that woman, as her speech and aspect proved to the king. So the king, Saul is looking at her like, okay, that's a possibility. There's a strong possibility of another wife here, but hopefully that oven is working, can bake me some bread in there. Saul is looking with interest. So native of Tyre has a speech. When she start talking, Saul knows she from Tyre. And age, she was not no more than 50. So she was in her late 40s. No more than 50. She was at least 50 years old or less. So she was like a middle-aged black woman, a beautiful woman. She was the when they say you're gonna see a witch, brothers, you expect some like very vile old little lady with the long white hair, with her nose is so long it touched the ground. Nope. So she's a beautiful woman. She was about like in her 40s, no more than 50. With sort of queenly hair. Her hair was like a queen hair. She has beautiful hair, beautiful tresses. She kept herself well for a witch. This should have told Saul, like, wait a minute, something is not right here. This should have been a red alert, alert, alert. Something is not right. Something is wrong. Alert, alert. It would have been an alert, but Saul, he's clueless. He's clueless. Brothers, if they told you a witch is like some type of a women that like do this, when you come up, you see something different. Something, we were like, okay, wait a minute, what's going on here? What is this? That should have been an alert. But Saul was like more interested in I don't know, man. Dohe, can you go outside so I can have like a fleshly verbal talk with her? My daughter take my whistle, man. Where's that kid that took my whistle? She took my whistle. Anyway, with sort of queenly air, she had beautiful hair, brothers. Okay, native to her, notwithstanding all her poverty, even though she was poor, brothers and sisters, she kept herself very well. Okay, she was a poor woman. Again, Brothers, witches are known to be poor women and keeper women also. So they were known as poor witches and professional baker at the same time. So, you know what? I need that whistle. Baby! Hey, Jaden! Hey! Who's out there? Yeah. I need that whistle, man. I need it. There's too many good. Mom? My room is soundproof. Hey! Anybody out there? I can hear them. They can hear me. Give me a second. I gotta get that whistle. Ugh. Hey, where's Yaya? Give Daddy the whistle right now. Bring Daddy the whistle. I gotta get that whistle, man. I miss so many opportunity here, man. She's bringing me the whistle. So, all right, give me the whistle, man. Don't take Daddy whistle again, okay? All right. There's one more. No. All right. Good. All right. Kid, man. All right, brothers. Anyway. So we got the whistle back. All right. All her poverty. So she was a poor woman, a poor middle-aged, dark-skinned woman, but she kept herself, brothers. She looked good. Okay? She said, looking at Saul and distinguished him at once to be the superior of the two men. So she looked at Saul. She didn't talk to Doeg. She looked good. She looked straight at Saul. She already know Saul was the biggest dude. Okay? He was the tallest dude. But Saul's shirt, he's all belly poked out. The pants that he was wearing is like halfway through. The little helmet barely can fit his head. The sword was like a little knife in his hand. Saul get in there, all big and stuff like that. He quickly know that guy, he's something is going on here. Not only, see, this woman is smarter than Saul. The moment those two dudes get in there, he already knows Saul is the superior man. But Saul could not figure out what that woman was. And then she looked at Saul. For what dost thou visit me? And then she said, for what purpose you guys are here? Why do you come and visit me? Brothers, listen to the conversation. If a woman, you go to a witch, brothers, the witch should have asked you, what do you want to know? She asks you for what purpose? That means that she does two things. What you guys here for, me reading your hand or, me preheating the oven? All right. What purpose? What purpose? For what dost thou visit me? For a moment, the king of Israel made no reply. So Saul standing there. Saul got confused. So, okay, what the hell she saying? Saul made no reply. Because you should have the brothers. The first thing you go to a witch, the witch like, okay, what do you guys want to know? Money, the lottery number, and stuff. But she's like, it's a spa treatment. What is it? What is it you guys want? And then Saul was like, Saul didn't want to make her name. And Saul looking at her like, what the hell? For a moment, the king of Israel made no reply. He hesitated to strike the last blow to sever the golden chain which bound him to his God, for the act he now contemplated had no equal in impiety. So Saul, he stopped like, and his heart Saul said, good God, I'm about to do the worst of the worst. Saul is about to break the first commandment. Saul is about to turn his face away from the Most High. So like, he hesitated and then look at the women, and then she getting some stuff ready, she making herself ready and stuff. Like, is he going to watch? Which one of you going first? Because I want to know what's going on here and stuff. So he hesitated for a moment. It was a voluntary and deliberate renunciation of the oracles of God for the accursed vaticination of an evil spirit. Alas, how had the august and once glory king fallen, brothers, Saul fall to the lowest of the low, brothers. The moment you go in front of one of those people that said you hit, this is another word saying that you hit rock bottom, brothers. You hit rock bottom. Saul look at himself, so like, how did I get here? Saul hit rock bottom. How had his proud spirit become abased to the dust? How far had he sunk into infidelity and the absence of all moral feelings? How deliberately was he approaching the verge of the precipice over which he was plunged into everlasting night? So this is Saul's last step into hell. This is Abbasis writing to his king. You say, how this is like the worst thing Saul ever done. So looking at what a painful, pitiable spectacle to humanity, to angels, to God is he, that he stand there in that low, hot, his sandal soil with his long night walk, his coarse mental torn by thorns, his gray locks wet with the dew, in the hill his wall appearance desolated and careworn, in his heart a keen sense of degradation, the light of shame kindled in his cheek, that even his familiar dog should behold him thus humble and superstitious. He hesitates for another moment before his soul cuts himself and from God, and he answers. Saul was all bad, man. All his clothes is tore up. His shirt, like you can see, his shirt was so small, you can see his belly poked out. Saul gained a bunch of weight. His uniform was so small and tore up. His hair was all wet. His sandals, like his feet past the sandal. The sandal is all cut up. Saul is all messed up. Saul, like, he's in desperation. Saul looking at the women. Even Doeg look at Saul. Doeg like, wow, you are off top. You done, Negro. Saul make his last action, brothers. Saul said, I pray thee, O Tyrian, divine unto me thy familiar spirit. That's it. The oath is broken there. The oath is broken. And bring him up to me, whom I shall name unto thee. Saul said, I pray you, Tyrian, use your familiar spirit to bring me the guy that I'm going to name to you. I am here a lonely widow, oh sir. Again, brothers, take the most out for the Holy Spirit. Listen what she said. She understand. She said, listen, brothers, listen. I am here a lonely widow, oh sir. I am poor, and I have but one calf in the world. I subsist by my distaff, and I try to live humbly in peace, as becometh a stranger in the land. Wherefore comest thou to me to get me into trouble with the king thereof? Behold, thou knowest what Saul hath done, how he cut off those that have familiar spirit and the wizards of the out of the land. Wherefore, then layest thou a snare for my life to cause me to die. So she understand they didn't come to get some of that cookie. She like, you see me, I'm a poor woman. Brothers, we know what poor women mean. She say, Saul, she say, soldier, I'm a poor woman. I don't do these things anymore. My husband died. I live humbly. I live in peace. I don't want to do this thing. I will do the other thing though, because you got a purse of gold. I thought that's what you guys were here to do, but I can't do what you want me to do because Saul, you know what Saul did, because she has no idea she's talking to Saul. She thinks she's talking to one of those big ass soldiers and stuff. She's like, why? Where do you come from with this? You come to me and then you try to put a snare in my life. You try to mess up everything. Do you know Saul will track you down and do this? She was really disappointed because she would have just spent like another 2 or 5 minutes. Did she get rich with the bag of gold? 5 minutes. 2 from Saul, 2 from Doeg. All right. So she like, damn it. I can't do this. Who are you to do this for me and stuff like that? She didn't want to do it, brothers. She didn't want to do that. You have to understand this book, brothers, when you read this. You have to understand that. That's what she thought she was gonna make a quick million, but it turned out like she has to do something that is forbidden. She has to do something that is forbidden, brothers. And then she said, You're gonna make me die. You know Saul gonna come here, gonna kill me. You're gonna make me die. The king conscience as well as his pride fell kneeling, the rebuke implied by her words, but he answered her with his solemn oath. As the Lord liveth, woman, there shall no punishment happen to thee for this thing. So Saul, he understand. He said in his heart, he know this woman did not want to do what he required the woman. And the woman said, as Saul said in his heart, he like, damn, I feel bad for her. But he said, he took an oath, brothers. Saul, when it comes to Saul and oath, you don't put the word Saul and oath in the same sentence. Saul took an oath. Saul said, as long as God liveth and stuff, nobody will do anything to you. Reassure the women, said, fixing her mysterious eyes upon him. Again, the women say, whom shall I bring up before thee from the shades? And she said, who should I bring from the spiritual realm for you? And then Saul said, bring me up Samuel. And so Saul, and a voice low and tremulous, as this hour of his greatest trial, having no other trust but in him who had once guided him by his counsel and also by his reproof. Saul said, bring me Samuel, because he missed Samuel. In one part, brothers, Saul did respect Samuel. He did look up to Samuel as a father figure. And then Saul said, bring me Samuel. Samuel dead was to him wiser than Samuel living. Okay? Saul in his hopeless despair. So he's in despair. He's in a hopeless. Okay? The women with a singular solemnity then proceed with the one which she took in her hand to separate herself from the king and his companion by inscribing an imaginary ring about herself. So she took a one that she had and she tell her assistant, and then she traced like a circle around her, an imaginary circle with the one that she had, because she was like for those of you, when they say one, you know what that means. All right, she had a special one, and then she used that one, and then she traced like an imaginary line around her. Okay? She chanted in low voice a verse of mystic, all right? She chanted in a low voice a verse of mystic. And then cast upon a censer of fire some strange fragrance retiring from the circle, and her whole form dilated and majestic, and her dark eyes flashing with sort of terrible and wicked splendor. She cried aloud in Syriac, appear! But she said it in Syria. So she traced like on the floor with that one. She had that one in there just in case some guys, they will pay. They say, okay, well, we're not going to get some of that cookie, but we'll pay you, perform with that one, do sort of the magical thing with that wand that you have. She took that wand and she did some, magical stuff. And then she took a little light and threw some stuff in it, some of that sin, some of that fragrance. And then she just do a little and then she said in Syriac, appear. But she said in another language. They don't say the language, but she said in Syriac. Okay? Now she get out of the circle, brother. And then she said in Syriac, appear. The floor of the heart with the circle seems instantly to disappear. And in its place, yawned a cavernous gulf from the dark abyss of which majestically ascend a venerable form like a god in aspect, enveloped in a halo of mist of light. Saul saw not the awful shape, but feeling his presence had covered his face with his mantle. Why hast thou deceived me? Cried the diviness, which a loud voice of mingled terror and anger, as if the shape had uttered her the name of the king. For thou art Saul, fear not for thyself, said Saul. What dost thou see? So this woman, brother, she went and she formed a circle. She did a little dance and stuff. And then she said in her own language, appear. The moment she saw that, and then the floor collapsed, boom. And then so a big light coming out, and then somebody pop up in there, and then look at them. A big light, somebody came up, and then look at them. That person says, Saul. And then Saul black his face, and then the woman shouted, what? What the hell? You tricked me. Why did you trick me? Why is this? What, you are Saul? Saul said, shut the hell up, woman. Nothing's gonna happen to you. What the hell? What? Saul not looking. Saul black his eyes. Shut the hell up, hey, witch. What the hell? Who is this? Who is this over him? So like, who is this? And Doeg look at the Doeg like, Doeg running and hiding in the corner. Doeg start crying. Doeg start crying, yelling nonstop. Start yelling. The woman is crying. Everybody's yelling. And then Samuel is standing over there watching him. Samuel said, are you out of your freaking mind? Saul, why did you brought me here? I was with my fathers resting. I saw Moses and stuff. Samuel, Saul is yelling. The women is yelling. Doeg sitting on the corner sweating. You can see the sweat come out. Doeg. Doeg was fighting things. Saul like, what the hell is this? What did you do, women? The women say, you told me to bring him. Who is this? Samuel says, Saul, what's going on? Why'd you brought me here for? And then Samuel just said, no, I'm sorry, Samuel, I'm sorry. Good God, the light is bright. And then he said, what do you want? So I said, okay. I'm about to go in a battle. Doeg still in the corner. So I said, shut the hell up and let me talk. Look, listen, we're about to go in a battle with the Philistine, and then something happened. All the high priests, they kind of like die. We don't know what happened to them. So we brought you back so you can tell us what happened. Samuel said, do you really want to know what happened? Doeg still in the corner sweating. Saul could not even hear that Samuel. So Saul getting closer. He's like, this is Samuel. What's going to happen? Samuel said, because you brought me here, because you break the law, you're going to go to war with the Philistine. You're going to lose. Not only you're going to die, 2 of your sons going to die with you. You know, Saul has 3 sons. He said, 2 of the sons going to die with you. And then Samuel look at the woman, and the woman start crying. Please don't help me. Please don't help me. Doeg still in the corner crying, yelling. What? Saul was like, shut the hell up, Samuel. Wait. What do you mean I'm going to die? I'm going to die, my son. Samuel said, I am going to die. And then he looked at the woman and said, send me away, woman. The woman said, okay, go. And then the place opened and boom, closed. And then the whole place becomes silent. And the woman turned around. He looked at Saul. Doeg still in the corner. And then Saul looked at the woman. Saul fell on the floor. Now, not only the woman find out this dude was Saul, not only that, Saul is dead in his house, in her house. And she was like, what the hell? They're going to kill me. Oh my God. What I'm going to do? And she running around, Saul like on the ground. Doeg still in the corner, yelling. And then they try to calm Doeg down. Doeg he's still in the trance of yelling like a Saul passed out. Saul fall asleep. And the woman like, oh. She checked Saul pressure. There's no pulse. And she called one of our sisters. She said, okay, oh my God, what I'm gonna do? And then the guy said he haven't eaten for days. And she said, okay. Take the little calf that I have in there, kill the little calf, make some food. She start killing Saul. You know, it's in the middle of the night. Saul out there sleeping. Saul passed out. And Doeg is still crying. And then they had to go over there and beat the crap out of some senses into Doeg. And Doeg, is it gone? Is it gone? They brought Doeg in. And then the women cooked the food and put the food on the table. And then 2 hours later, Saul wake up. Saul look and see Doeg. And then he see the other dude and saw the woman. The woman said, my Lord, are you all right? Saul look at them brothers. Saul smile. Just say, I'm fine. I'm doing all right. Oh man, I feel so great. I feel good. What do we have here? And Saul take a piece of meat, a piece of bread. He start eating. Like nothing happened. And then Doeg look at him. The other dude look at him. And then the women look at her and say, Saul, what happened? Saul start laughing. Saul say, I'm so happy. Today is a good day, my friend. Today is good. A beautiful day. Saul is eating, drinking. What's going on? Saul eating. Saul look at the woman and said, this is good. You know, if I didn't know my fate, I would have met you my wife. And the woman like, okay, what's going on here? Saul is happy, brothers. Saul is so happy. Saul was very happy. And in my mind, brothers, I know what happened to Saul. When he spent 2 hours sleeping, he come back. So Doeg don't want to eat. Doeg shocked. The women don't want to eat. Nobody want to eat. Saul eat all the food. Saul stand up. Okay, let's get out of here, man. We got a war. We need to go fight. But Doeg said, but my Lord, Samuel told you, you're going to die. And 2 of your sons. Saul said, I know, this is good. This is good. All right, let's go. And then Saul take the purse of money. He give it to the woman. The woman said, no, I can't take this. I don't want to take this. Guess what? The woman who had stood transfixed with awe and awe while the solemn colloquy went on, and who, by her looks of amazement, had not to expect a spirit to appear and answer her harmless incantation. So this woman that Saul went, she was a charlatan. She was not a true witch or true divinity. She was a poor and keeper woman. She do this to get talking to people. She make money to jump dumbass and jackasses, okay, that come and say, you're a witch. She say, okay, well, what kind of witch you want? Okay, a witch that get down dirty. All right, I'm that witch. She was not a true witch. She just said, listen, this is what we wanted to do. She wanted to do that circle thing and then do like, she was a scammer. Okay, that's what she wanted. She wanted to appear, and then she was like, I heard Samuel. He said something. And then Saul would have gone, what did Samuel? She said, I healed you. I don't know your name, but I healed you. What do you want to know? What do you know? Samuel, the battle. I'm going to fight you. Will I win? Oh, yes, you will win. You will win. Make sure you give that lady extra tip. Oh, you're going to win. You're going to win. That's what she was going to do. But the Mosai wanted to teach Saul a lesson. That's how we told you. Those people have no power, brothers. She was so shocked. This never happened before because she was an innkeeper woman. She was a poor woman. She was a scammer, charlatan. She does this for a living, do a little low magic things, get a little money here, get a little money there. But she was amazed. She freaked out. That's why she was yelling. Doeg used to come see this woman. Doeg do little stuff, and this woman, Doeg come see her for multiple stuff, All right. So Doeg, when Doeg saw that, that's why Doeg flipped out because he never saw anything like that. This woman did not know what the hell happened. It was real in front of her. Okay, she had heard a scene while Doeg the Edomite fed experience on the awful shape of the abyss, fled from the house and speechless, or even the poor dumb brute tied to the corner. Okay, even the poor dumb brute tied to the corner of the room tremble all over in the most extraordinary. Okay, so okay, let me see where we. He had hidden nothing. Okay, pardon thy handmaid, my lord, say the women, I but obey thy voice. Yeah, so she apologized. She said, "Forgive me, Saul. I was not. I'm just obey your handmaid. Just obey you. I'm so sorry. I didn't know things like that was going to happen. It's not my fault. If I knew this, I would have never done anything like that to you. I'm so sorry." Saul touched her. Saul laughed. So I said, "Thank you, sister. You did good. You did good." Saul said, "Okay, here the money." She's like, "No, I can take it. This is not what I do for a living. I don't know anything. I was doing this because of the little money that I was making. Once I heard you guys got a pot of gold, and then I used to do business with Doeg, and I just wanted to do this for the money. I thought you guys were going to get some of that, muffin and cookies and stuff, but." You turn out, I thought you guys were dumb. I was going to play you, take the bag of the money, and then that's it. And then Saul see the virtue in the women, and then she didn't want the money. She didn't want the money. So Saul took the purse of the money. Okay, Saul ate, and then Saul ate and stuff. Okay. Okay, so and then Saul eats stuff like that. Brothers, Saul get out in the middle of the night though. 2 hours he spent. Okay, Saul embraced the woman. He told her, "Thank you. You brought me peace." And then he took Doeg and the Abner bearer. He left. And then Saul was like walking. He was singing. Saul was happy. And Doeg was like, Your Majesty, you going to die and stuff. Saul said, "Yeah, no, that's good, man." And then Saul was thinking. He went back into the camp where it was at night. It was still night. It was still early in the morning. Saul get inside of his tent. He looked at Jonathan. Jonathan was sleeping. And then he looked at Jonathan and he said, "Alas, my poor boy." He looked at those three of his sons sleeping. He like, "Because of the sin that I've done, 2 of my boys going to die with me today." Is that you, Jonathan? Are you going to die with me today? Or is that you, Ishbosheth, my favorite son? How did I get here? But at least I know I'm going to be free. Thank you, Mosiah, for freeing me. Thank you for granting me this death. Thank you for giving me the opportunity for paying for my sin. I'm finally going to be free. Thank you. Thank you. And then Saul started crying. He was happy, man. Saul was happy that he was going to die. And then he was more happy that the Mosai said he is going to kill 2 of his sons. He had 3 sons. Was happy that his bloodline was going to keep moving. And he said, "Thank you, Mosai, for allowing my bloodline to go in." And then he looked at the 2 sons. And then in the morning he woke up, he asked them which one of them that's going to go to war with him. Jonathan said, "I will go." And then he smiled. He said, "Thank you, my son, Jonathan. Today is going to be a glory day." And the other son said, "I'm going to go." And then he said, "This is a glory day." Okay. All the 3 sons going to go with him. But Samuel told him 2 of his sons will die. So Saul, and in gladness, smiling, he was laughing. He put all his clothes. I'm going home. I'm going to see my people. I'm free. I'm free. Thank you, God. And then Saul was so happy, mounted of his sin. He said, I'm going to kill all those Philistines. I'm going to kill all of them, brothers. I'm not going to read from this anymore. Let me see. I'll tell you the story because I don't want to read the words. They might make me cry, okay? Okay. All right. Well, I'm probably going to read this. So Saul put his army in battle formation. They are walking, and Saul is in the front line, all happy, smiling. So like, damn, finally, man, good. And he said, I wish David well. He will make a good king, a better king than me. And then he's riding, meeting the other army. So Achish, the Philistine king, saw Saul coming. And then within 3 bow shot, brothers and sisters, Saul lift up his javelin and he cried the name of the Most High. He cried, and then they go into battle. And then both of the armies smash, boom. Fight! Saul is killing people left and right. Where Saul was, brother, in the middle of the battle, there were victory. But where Saul wasn't, the army is dying. So where Saul was, the quote unquote, the Lord was with him. He was killing people, but the rest of his army was being massacred. So Saul was fighting people with his son Jonathan, shooting arrows. Saul got a sword. Every sweep of the sword, 10 men fly. Every sweep of the mace, 20 men flew. Saul is killing people. They are stabbing Saul. He's receiving arrows. Saul is dying. Arrows all over his body. He's taking arrows out. And he's killing people. He's moving toward Achish. Achish standing far away from the battle with his archer. And then he's watching. Saul is fighting. And then Saul stopped the fight. And he feels somebody grab his feet. And then when he looked down, it was Jonathan. And Jonathan looked up to him. And then he said he loved him. And he closed his eye. Jonathan died. And then Saul said, he looked up the sky. He said, thank you, my Lord. Thank you for having judgment upon me. Thank you for taking my son. Thank you for accepting this sacrifice to cover all the scumbag stuff that I did. And then Saul keep moving, brother. It was bleeding all over. All his armor was blood. Saul fight. He actually killed everybody in front of him. There weren't nobody that could stand in front of Saul. He was then sit there, bleeding with his sword. He could not stand. He put his sword down. He leaned on his sword. And then he saw Achish. He was like, Achish, I'm coming for you. And then when he looked on the other side, I think Saul had 4 sons. On the other side, he saw his another son die. And then he looked at Jonathan. He looked at Ishbosheth. And then Ishbosheth leave. And then he laughed. He smiled. He said, thank you, Father. Thank you for having judgment upon me. Thank you for killing both of my sons. And thank you. And I will now give my life and then for you. So this weekend, erase all my sin. May the house of Saul live well. May all of this that I've done will erase everything that I've done. I'm going to give my life so my children will not pay for this. And then Saul take his sword. And then he took a step back and lifted the sword. And then he run towards Achish with a wolf lion. He roaring, coming to Achish. Achish run, man. Achish, the whole Achish, they back up. Achish, hey, back up. Hey, shoot. And all the archers drew the sword, and then they shoot. And then they hit Saul all over. Saul still coming, they hit Saul. And then Saul slowing down. His sword fell out of his hand and then fell on his knee. And then he was bleeding all over. And then he heard a cry. He heard a cry coming. a war, and then he turned around. He saw Abner. Abner is coming with a group of men. Abner is coming. Abner says, "Save the king!" And then they are coming. The Achish, like like you say, "Hey, they're coming, back up, back up, back up." They're coming back. Saul turn around. Saul say, "No, don't save me. It is in vain. Save my son. I pay. Two of my son is dead. Take Ishbosheth. Give him a good place to sleep, Abner. Be a father unto him like I was never be a father. Take care of my boy, Abner. Make sure you be a good father unto him than me. Save him, Abner. Get him out of here." And Abner obeyed. He took Ishbosheth, and then he turned around, and then Saul stayed in the field by himself, bleeding. He couldn't die though, bleeding. And there was a sadness that came in. Saul grabbed his sword again. He tried to stand up so he can fight. He couldn't. He was bleeding. And then Achish is there still afraid of Saul, brothers. And the guy said, "Let's get closer to kill him." That Achish said, "No, man, don't let him bleed to death. Let him die to death. This guy, he may be on his knee. He can kill you." And Saul is bleeding. He's dying. And then Doeg was by his side. He looked at Doeg. Doeg is dying. He said, "Doeg, my boy, do you have strength to get on your feet?" And Doeg said, "Yes, my lord." He said, "Take my sword and plunge it on my heart so I may go free to see my people." And Doeg said, "No, my lord, I can't kill you. I can't kill you." And then Saul look at him. Saul laugh. Saul smile. Saul saw in his armor, on his left armor, there was a cut. There's a hole in there. And then Saul took his sword, he put it on the floor, on the ground, he played it on the ground, and then he aimed the sword at his heart, and he lifted up his eyes, and then he shouted the name of the Lord, and he said, "I hope this is enough for my sin, and I thank you for bringing me peace and mercy." And then he fell upon his sword. The sword goes straight to his heart and kill him. Wait, no, back up. No, after that, before that, he saw a group of Amalekite coming. A group of Amalekite, the guys that keep spoiling people. There was a boy that came in, and the boy saw Saul, and then the Saul look at the boy and say, "You come here." He said, "Who are you?" So he said, "I'm Amalekite." He said, "Take my sword and kill me." And then the boy said, "No, I'm not gonna kill you. You're Saul. You're a king. I'm just gonna wait over here and wait until you die and you bleed. Then I'm gonna take your crown and everything that you have." And then Saul take the sword. He said the thing, and then put the sword in his heart, and then he died. Saul died face down with the sword piercing his back. Doeg and Saul died. And then Achish retreat. Well, Achish didn't retreat. He beat the whole army. He take 2/3 of the city. Now, brothers, when Saul died, and David was in the city of Ziklag, he didn't know what happened. So David run back. He was trying to figure out what happened. He run back. So he like, "What happened? How did the battle went? What's going on?" They say, "We don't know anything yet. We don't know what happened." And then they saw a dude crying coming, reeling. And then the dude had dirt on his head. He was all teared up. And then the guy came in, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm a soul survivor," and stuff. And then David said, "What's going on? What happened? How went the matter? What happened? What did it happen?" And then the dude said, "Well, I was in Saul army, and Saul and Jonathan is dead." David go, "Oh my, Saul and Jonathan is dead? How do you know this?" He said, "Well, because I saw Jonathan die, and I saw Saul, and then he called me. He said, 'Who am I?' I told him I'm an Amalekite, and then he said that, okay, take his sword and kill him, because he didn't want the Philistine to take him, to make to him sport, to put his eyes out and do to him like they did to Samson. So I took Saul's sword and I cut off his head and I killed him, and I brought to you his crown and his bracelet." And then David took the crown. He looked at the crown. He looked at the bracelet. That was Saul. And David start crying, man. The whole people start crying. And then the dude, the Amalekite, was like, yeah, that's what happened. And then David turned around and said, how could you do this? And then he said, well, that's he begged me. And David back up. David called, Uriah, come here. And Uriah came in. And he said, this guy put his hand upon the anointed of the Lord. Man, you killed the anointed of the Lord. Don't you know he's anointed by the Father? Why did you kill him? And then he said, Uriah, finish him. And Uriah pulled up the sword and cut off that dude's head and killed him. This dude, brothers and sisters, this Amalekite that went to Saul and asked Saul, and when Saul asked him to kill him, he said he made fun of Saul. He said, nah, nigga, I'm going to sit there. I'm going to wait until you bleed to death and die. And then took Saul's stuff. This Amalekite was Doeg's son. This Amalekite was Doeg, the armor bearer's son. Before he went to battle, he called his son. He said, listen, the witch, whatever, told us, Samuel said, we're going to lose the battle. When we lost the battle, make sure you be somewhere on Saul, okay? Take his helmet and then go to David. Tell David, you killed Saul, so he will reward you a lot of money. And then he said, yes, daddy, I'll do that. He had this son with an Amalekite woman. So this son was Doeg's son. So he was following the battle, make sure everything happened, and make sure when Saul wanted to die, and then read to Saul, stole Saul's crown, take the bracelet, and then go lie to David, because he knew David was Saul's enemy. He went to tell the David that he killed Saul, so he thought David would have the yes. Woo! This guy killed Saul. He thought David was going to take him and raise him up and make him a captain of 10,000 and stuff. David had him killed instead because he lied. David thought he was telling the truth. And the Bible, brothers, that's what he's read. He said that this guy, he played himself. And then, give me a second. And then David ended up killing him because he touched the anointed of Saul. The most I saw you from those people, knowing brothers and sisters, they are horrible and terrible people. Liars. From the birth, liars. They lie. Use everything they can do to lie. That was Doeg's son. He plotted with him. He said, if anything happened, their plan always backfired. Now the whole army of Achish take over the whole land, brothers. They took over the whole land. They kicked the Israelites out. And then David sent, they get Saul's body, they burn it. And then that's where the story stopped in the letter. Yeah. Everybody all right now? Everybody good? All right. Everybody got the story right? Everybody understand that woman that saw Saul, she was a Phoenician, a Tyrian. She was a beautiful, black woman, and she was not a true a witch or something, okay? She didn't have any familiar spirit. She was an innkeeper of poor women. She did both, all right? She was entertaining certain men, and she was doing so. She was a very humble woman, all right? She didn't want to get into trouble, but Saul made her get in trouble. The Most High wanted to teach Saul, all right? That is why, brothers, you have to read those books. Then again, brothers and sisters, okay? Discernment. All right, I don't want people to start fighting, say, okay, that's not what happened and stuff. There are much more stuff in there, brothers, okay? So if the Most High allow it tomorrow, we already finished with the whole bottom. Let me see. We got this side to finish. Hopefully, another week we should be done with this book. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. I hope everybody understand this. Now, from the same author, brothers, for those of you, okay, we need this book, brothers, from the same author. We got 2 more books. We might be able to go into them, but I don't know. I don't need to go into them, brothers, but you can. This one is The Prince of the House of David, all right? This is like a continuity, I believe, of this, all right? These are the story of YAHAWAH and things like that. Those books are hundreds of years old, okay? So if you can get this, go get it. I don't know yet. I don't want to make any promise, brothers, okay? Once we finish with this book, I'm going to take a week off to work in certain things the Most High have me doing, brothers. Okay, forgive me if I haven't uploaded any other videos about the Esau's trouble and the Gentiles tribulation. I've been studying a lot. I got a lot of things, brother, the Most High have me doing. Okay, I'm trying to lose some weight. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. Too much, brothers. Too much. Too much. Yeah. All praises to the Most High, brothers and sisters. The Most High is grand. Understand this. The Most High don't do things by random. He doesn't do things by random, brothers and sisters. The Pirate of the Gulf. I'm not quite sure. What is that about? Is it about the Bible? Because I check it, but I don't know what it is about. Yes, we're on day 26. We're on day 26. We started in January 31st. We started in January 31st, okay? All right, brothers and sisters. Yeah, no, instead of me losing weight, I gain weight because at night I hate a hell of a lot more because I'm studying and then, stuff like that. Brothers, understand this. The Most High is grand. You're not supposed to understand his mind. If the Most High explained to you what happened in the past, what truly happened, brothers and sisters, you would not know what happened, what's going on. Okay, there's a lot of things those folks take out of our books, brothers. They take a lot of things, they put a bunch of things. Now you understand, you got much more clarity on things that happen. Why certain things happen, brothers. Why certain things happen. Why Saul was a scumbag. Saul turned out a scumbag, a narcissist because of the people. They turn out to be a narcissist. Saul turned out to be a narcissist, brothers, because the Most High chose Saul in his anger. The Most High was angry because when the judges were ruling, Samuel was ruling. There was a 50 years period of peace. The people did not like the Pacific way. The 70 elders were ruling with peace, so they wanted a king. They went and complained to Samuel. They complained, they clamoring, they threatened Samuel. Samuel went to the father. Father was angry. He chose Saul in anger because of the people. That's why Saul turned out to be a narcissist scumbag. But he died in a horrible, in an honorable death. A lot of things happen, brothers. Freaking two-third, man, always complaining. That is why the Most High have to destroy those people, brothers. All right. Everybody understand that? All right, okay, brothers. People are getting sleepy. They gotta go to work tomorrow, brothers. Tomorrow, we'll see if we can finish the certain part of this. Okay. All right. By the power of the Most High vested in me, brothers and sisters, I'm leaving all of you in peace. Be at peace. Okay. There'll be no Jacob's trouble. Fear the Most High. Praise Him. Give Him all credit and all praises. Okay. This is day 26. Is down. Tomorrow, day 27, brothers. Let's keep moving on. All praises to the Most High. Shalom. All right. Shalom, brothers.